Hey guys, it's Neo here, and I just wanted to say, um, I'm I'm gonna tell you guys my plan before I start the story, of what I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do regarding the Sonic.EXE series made by fucking trash author JC the Hyena. Anyway, so plan is this: after I do round two, I might do a reread. I might do a reread of Sonic.exe, the original one. And after that, I will do I will like probably not like entirely today, but I will do a reading on the Sonic.exe remake, the one that was made by JC. Oh my god. And I'm gonna split that one into parts because that one is long, like very long. Holy shit. Uh so like yeah. And I'm gonna be reading today, but I'm gonna be reading round two of Sonic.exe. So here we go. It's been more than a year now since the Sonic.exe murders began to happen, and the police department still doesn't know who's doing it or why it's happening. The first murders looked as though the killer did a sloppy job at it, but over time the killings, or at least some of the guys back at the station, think it's just killings have gotten more elaborate. More bodies have been starting to look like the victims just dropped dead or they were disappearances. One thing is certain, all the victims seem to each have a burned/destroyed computer with some data from a game called Sonic.exe. None of us have found any connections or clues that could help us learn why all of this is happening. Well, no, that's not true. There is one cop who might have uncovered more than more murders than we did. The guy's name is Derek Green. He's a really good detective, mainly because he was always teamed up with his sister Chelsea. They were assigned to investigate the Sonic.exe murders. I should know because I was their boss at the time. They're both dead. Sometimes I wonder if I should have helped them. I don't know. Anyways, the boys have found Derek's journal when we investigated his apartment. He hasn't been home in his home for weeks. The journal recorded all of what Derek found in his investigation. My God, did he write down a lot, especially after the chief of police took him off the case. And a lot of what he wrote down seems to connect a lot about what's going on with these murders. At least I hope he was onto something. Here is what Derek wrote. 7 7:30 p.m. September 15th, 2011. Happy birthday to me. I got this as a gift from my sister Chelsea. This will surely come in handy when we both do another investigation. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the name's Derek Green. I'm a detective. Well, not really good at this. Hopefully I get better as I write in this. Anyways, I'll let you know if anything else happens. 11:22 a.m., October 24th, 2011. Wow, pretty interesting way to start off a case on Halloween. Our boss told us that there was a stiff one on the local suburbs, and he wants us to check it out. Wow, it's been a while since me and Chelsea tackled a murder case. This might be interesting. We're in the truck right now, and we're heading for the house. 2:30 p.m. Jesus, whatever happened in this house I wasn't expecting. The victim looks like something ripped his mouth open and tried to yank something from inside. I've seen a lot of messed up ways to kill a person, but this is rather strange. I don't really think that this is any normal person would do this. The cop was present at the Sorry, excuse me, guys. I was just yawning. The cop present at the crime scene told us that the kid was like this for 2 days, and his parents had just discovered his body and called us in this morning. What's really weird about this is that there was a badly made cut on his chest, that's shaped like a number 1. Chelsea told me that she found a possible clue to the murder. She showed us that the victim owned a computer, and the computer was badly burnt and wrecked. Man, X really just said, I'm about to destroy this motherfucker's computer. Both me and Chelsea have a theory to this. Either the killer destroyed the computer or the victim did it himself. Either way, we sent it to the station for research. 6:10 p.m. All right, the guys from the lab have their report. They told us that the computer's wrecked from the inside and out. And what I mean by that is that everything that was on this kid's computer is completely deleted. While at the same time, the computer got destroyed. The only thing that seems to still be in the computer is some data from a computer game called Sonic.EXE. 4:30, November 11th, 2011. A couple more murders these past few weeks. The same killing method. Dead bodies, torn open mouths, destroyed computers. The more recent killings look messy, as if the killer was being more careful with tearing out whatever he was tearing out from the inside of these victims' bodies. There was also cuts on these victims' chests that seemed to be in numerical order: 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The killer seems to be keeping count of all the people he's killing. 8:30 p.m. Had dinner. Both me and Chelsea were brainstorming on what's been going on. It's really strange that the fact that the computers are getting destroyed, and every time there's a murder victim, we find out there's some old data from the same game, Sonic.EXE. That reminds me of all the times me and Chelsea played some of our old Sonic the Hedgehog video games. I remember when we used to play Sonic Heroes. She always liked playing Rouge the Bat, but I always liked playing as Vector. Gee, I wonder why he always liked playing as Vector. Maybe it's because he's a detective? But anyway. But it's weird. What does a Sonic game, possibly a fan-made one at that, got to do with all these killings? 2:45, December 2nd, 2011. Another murder. Big surprise there. But now both me and Chelsea agree that all these murders are connected with that game. Maybe the killer is... Oh, actually, sorry. Oh my god, I'm always yawning. Sorry, guys. Maybe the killer is made it his calling card. The chief told us not to worry so much about a simple video game, and just to stick with what's going on with the murders. 6:30 p.m. Autopsy came in again. The doctors told us aside from the wounds in the chest, and mouth, the victims don't seem to show any signs of murder or struggle. In fact, and as baffling as it seems, all the victims appear to be in perfect health, apart from the fact that they're, well, dead. I air-checked the word dead because that's where the report came out. Really disturbing. The doctors stated that they were all they're all in what appears to be a persistent vegetative state, meaning that these people are in fact still alive. Their brains and hearts are still working. They're just all in an empty, dead-like state, as if something robbed them of their minds or sense of self. Chelsea stated that it's possibly one of the freakiest things she's seen in her days as my partner, but I don't blame her. Who would be capable of actually stealing people's senses of self? It's like the devil is handpicking innocent people and robbing them of their souls for eternal damnation. So, I think we might have gotten confirmation that Derek Green is Christian. Well, I mean, I'm Christian. I'm fine with that. 5:42 p.m., December 14th, 2011. Chelsea has been acting very strange lately. She seems to be quieter at work, and whenever I go home, she goes back into her room. I'm guessing she's just determined to learning more about this case than as I am. If she's on to something, I hope she lets me know about it first before we make it official. After all, we are a team. 2 p.m., December 19th, 2011. Chelsea didn't go to work with me. She said she isn't feeling well. I'm starting to get a little worried for her. Ever since we took this case, she's been acting rather odd. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. Boss told me not to worry about it, and maybe just look into what she was researching on. I might do that. Also, several news about people worshipping this guy who recently calls himself X. I swear, the things kids be into nowadays. Okay. 9:30 p.m., December 24th, 2011. Almost time for Christmas. Don't know if I should celebrate. Chelsea's been shut up in her room for almost every day, not responding to me. I hope she's alright. Anyways, I've been looking into Chelsea's work. I think she might have found something. Apparently, the killer must be going after anyone who plays a Sonic.EXE game. And once they play the game, the killer tracks them down and kills them. Keeps count by carving numbers into their chest. But what about the fact that almost every victim looks as if they had their soul sucked right out of them? Wait a minute. I just remembered something. A few days ago, Chelsea came home from the store and went back to her room. She said she found a new game. Oh my god, Chelsea! Big fucking mistake. 12:32 a.m. The writing is a bit sloppy. There are tears splashed there, here and there. Chelsea is dead. She found the game. Oh my god, why? 4:50 a.m. December 25th, 2011. Called the guys back at the station to help move Chelsea. Oh god, why her? Did the killer find out and tried to cover her tracks? No, it doesn't look like anything was taken or destroyed. Well, except for the computer. The game is still here. I wanted to keep it to find out why this happened, but the chief demanded I hand it over to him. The way he asked for it was really odd, as if he doesn't want me to do anything with this game disc. The funeral for my sister will be prepared in a few days. I can't believe that. Chelsea, my own sister, is gone. When I find out the guy who killed her, I'll make sure he pays dearly. 4:50 p.m. December 28th, 2011. Came back from the funeral. God, I'm a mess. Thankfully, boss was there for me. He's the only person who's ever supported me and Chelsea. I'm glad he's on my side about this case. A woman came to me at the funeral party. Her name is Shannon Goldman. Oh my god, it's one of the fucking self-inserts. And she was supposedly a representative for the cult of X, as she called it. She told me that she was sorry for my loss and pulled out some weird religious shit about X wishing me a happier year. Seriously, who the heck is this X guy anyway? She told me that soon X will make things better for the whole world, which pretty much ended the conversation right there. That woman is crazy. Anyway, more news about the cult of X doing more crazier stuff. Wow, whoever this X guy is, he's making as much as an impact on the public than the killer is. Bro, I would not want to live in this universe, bro. I would be like, no. Like, fucking dead ass, bro. What the hell is this story? Anyway, 2:20 p.m., January 2nd, 2012. Another murder. Jesus, this guy never has a break, does he? This is like the 22nd killing. What is he trying to gain from killing all these people? And how the hell is he getting away with it so goddamn easily? I gotta know what it is. Chelsea was fine. I gotta know what it is. What Chelsea was finding. She was onto something. I just know it. Maybe if I look around her room, I might find a clue. 4:30 p.m. Well, whatever Chelsea found, she's got a lot of good clues for me. The computer isn't entirely broken. In fact, it seems like it only got beat up a few times. It's surprisingly working like new. I'm actually surprised I didn't see it like this that night. But then again, if you lost someone you love, you too would lose sight of very important details surrounding you. Anyway, I checked the computer and see there's an icon for a Sonic.EXE game on her desktop. My god, how the hell did Chelsea even get this? I guess it doesn't really matter. What's really important is that I found what I found in her notes. Apparently, Chelsea was terrified of this game. Something from the game scared the crap out of her. In fact, according to what she wrote down, she made it seem like the game is cursed or something. But that can't be the case. There's no way a computer game could harm anyone, right? Bro made the fucking same mistake Tom made in the first story. Anyway, he said like something similar to what Tom said in like the first story. But anyway, 7:12 a.m. January 3rd, 2012. Okay, I changed my mind. Maybe there is something spooky about this game. Last night I had a dream. No, a nightmare. More like I remember it. I remember it well. I was trapped in darkness. All was quiet except someone was laughing and talking to me. I kept having visions of Sonic the Hedgehog smiling and appearing all around me as he talked to me. He told me to play the game. He told me to play the game. Over and over again, each time sounding more impatient. When he got into my face and yelled, "Play it!" That's when I woke up with a fright. Why would Sonic want me to play a game that possibly killed my sister? Bro really said, "Play my game." Like he's like this guy kind of predicted the whole 2011 X meme where he's like, "Play my game." Anyway, another 3:30 p.m. Another murder. Number 24, and the cult of X seems to be pestering the public more and more. What's their deal? Don't they realize that there's a killer on the loose? Wait a minute. What if this X weirdo is the killer? It would make more sense ever since these murders started. This cult has been hanging around recruiting more and more people, and this X character they're worshipping. Who is he? Why is the cult even started after several murders have taken place? I looked over Chelsea's notes again. She seemed to have agreed with me. Apparently X has something to do with the Sonic.EXE game. Did he make the game? Is he somehow got a hold of it and thought, "Hey, if I kill people with this game, people will like me." What the fuck? Or she no, let me see. Did he make the game? Sorry. Let me restart. Did he make the game? Did he somehow get a hold of it and thought, "Hey, if I kill people with this game, people will like me"? If what X is doing is real, then something is seriously wrong here. 6:30 p.m. Unbelievable. The chief of police came over to my apartment a while ago and told me that the investigation may be too much for me to handle, and he said I was off the case. What the hell? I practically found a lot of evidence for it, and he practically told me I shouldn't continue on? He also said that Chelsea would have wanted me to quit after what happened. Bullshit. Whatever. I'm not gonna let some fathead stop me solving the case. I'm gonna find out who X really is, why he's doing it, all of this, and I'm gonna turn him in. Bro really called the god. That was the most childish thing you could call a freaking police chief that says you're off this fucking case, bro. Anyway, 5 o'clock p.m., February 8th, 2012. More murders. We're up to 28 now. The boss contacts me about it every now and then behind the chief's back. He told me whoever's causing all these murders is one smart son of a bitch. Can't blame him, as much as I hate to admit it, I have to give X credit for being able to kill 28 people so far. But I'm not gonna let him get away with it. Anyways, I looked over Chelsea's notes again, and what she wrote down before she got attacked was very odd. Nonsensical stuff about a Sonic plushie always watching her and spying on her. I never saw the Sonic doll in the apartment. Then again, I never questioned my sister's sanity. She was always the smart one in things, and it just pains me to realize how broken she was before she died. I didn't tell the boss about X or Chelsea's notes, but I know he won't believe me. Nobody will. I guess you have to solve the case. You have to do it yourself. 8:30 p.m. Someone sent a friend request on my Skype. He calls himself Cole. He said he could help me with the case, but only if I can trust him. I really don't have a choice. I'm willing to do anything to put an end to this. Anyways, Cole told me that I first have to get files of all the victims of the Sonic.EXE murders. That's what the news is starting to call them now. Now that the police has confirmed the old game data and the murder and the computers as as evidence. Later tonight, I'm gonna pay the station a little visit. Jesus, that was a close call. I made it back from the station. I managed to grab all the files and I had a run-in with the chief. He asked what I was doing back at the station. I lied and told him I had to pick up a few things from my office, and told him and decided to take some time off. Thankfully, he believed me, but it's strange the way he talked to me. He sounded like he didn't believe me in the slightest. Anyway, I got the files just like Cole asked me. I told Cole about all the victims he had that had the same occurrences. All of them were in a dead-like state, as their souls were taken out, and that they were all numbered, with each computer the victims had were somehow destroyed and had Sonic.EXE inside their hard drives. Cole said that there was a reason why all the victims had Sonic.EXE in their computers, and boy, I did not like the answer. The cult of X is involved. Their members, after someone gets killed, steals the game disc and the victim had and hides it away for a while until it shows up later at a random place to easily obtain it. These random locations can be anything: a game store, a pawn shop, the black market, eBay, Craigslist, random yet seemingly harmless deliveries. Yeah, like the black market is a harmless delivery. Anywhere that involves buying stuff. Anyway, that way, then when the next potential victim finds it, he or she becomes the new owner of the Sonic.exe game until X comes to kill them, and then a member of the cult comes to steal away the disc again, and thus the cycle begins anew. I asked Cole why the cult is even doing this, and he told me that X is the bastard is clearly some sort of holy figure to the cult, and they will do whatever it takes to be on his good side. What do they see in X? Anyhow, why is it like him? Why do they like him so much? They'll be willing to be accomplices to murder, or better yet, what kind of power does X strike so much terror into people that'll do what he says? 3:30 p.m., March 1st, 2012. I could not hold myself any longer. I had to know what Chelsea found in that game. So I played it. You made a fucking big mistake when you did that, bro. What the hell is wrong with you? Started pretty basic off with the classic Sonic the Hedgehog title screen until I started it. Sonic had his eyes gone black. His eyes had gone black and there were red glowing dots staring at me. Anyway, when I got to the character select screen, yes, the game apparently has one, I was shown a character lineup. Shadow, Sally, and Rouge. Rouge was Chelsea's favorite character. Chose not to play as her out of respect for Chelsea, and chose Shadow. That laugh, it sounded just like the laugh Sonic made in that dream I had. The game started with a title card that said, "Let's play." It was shown Shadow sending what appears to be a hallway of mirrors, the faint echoing of a piano playing and a calm melody in the distance. I had Shadow walk down the hall. Every time he walked past a mirror, I was introduced to a more twisted, messed up version of himself in the mirror. His reflections had red markings and they were oozing red as if he were bleeding. His eyes were bloodshot to the point where they were red, bleeding and pulsating. Probably the most psychotic grin on his face, like he was looking at a weird walking fountain of blood. I had Shadow walk past the mirror and the music stopped. Shadow was now walking down an empty hallway. Had this growing sense of dread in my stomach. Then Shadow stopped at one more mirror. He stopped right at it, showing his weird bleeding reflection, and then that laugh came again. I saw that the real Shadow was slowly transforming into his reflection, bleeding and smiling. What the hell kind of game is this? Then Sonic appeared with those red and black eyes and red tears coming down his face. He smiled and looked at Shadow. Then the screen went black and a message appeared on the screen. It's not the outside that's important. It's who you are on the inside that really intrigues me. When I came back to the level, Shadow was sitting on the floor, cradling in a half-fetal position like a child, grinning slowly with that freaky grin. Sonic smiled as he looked at me. He lunged at Shadow and the screen going black, a loud pixelated screeching noise. Gah! So I still feel as I can hear it right ringing in my ears. That laugh came with it with another message. You're learning more about this better than anyone else, aren't you, Derek? What the fuck? How the hell does this game know me? This doesn't make any sense. It brought me back to the main menu, and I saw Shadow was now on one of the TV screens, looking like he did earlier, looking rather mindlessly happy. I had to turn off the game. My head hurt so much from this. Was this what Chelsea found? A haunted computer game, and now some guy's using it as an excuse to kill people? Just to gain a cult? I just don't get it. Why is this all happening? Who is X? Who is X? Who is X? Sonic? I'm gonna actually leave it off right here real quick because I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to the video. So I'm gonna just upload this to YouTube. Have a good day. Bye.